Hello, everybody. Stayed up to watch the fight last night. Mcgregor versus the Cowboy. Just been watching the post-fight press conference, and McGregor seems quite calm, as he has done for the last few months. To be honest, seems like he's changed quite a lot. But I personally think he had to change, and it seems a little bit false, some of the things that I'm seeing. But after his disaster last year, he couldn't come back. He'd lost a lot of popularity. I've been watching the True Geordie, and he's a massive YouTuber, and he was very motivated by Conor, as I was, really. To be fair, I liked him a few years back. He seemed to have that caring quality. He spoke from the heart, told you where he started at the bottom, rose to the top, worked to get to the top. That kind of striving, you know what I mean? Which, it's good. It's good as a role model. That type of behaviour is what you want to see from a role model in some respect. Now, I'm not saying to all young kids or people that are trying to find some sort of influence in their life to become a kickboxer or whatever else, or to become a UFC fighter, just who go around pretty much mashing people and wailing people. I'm not saying that, but just in general, as a general, just came across as a very funny, entertaining, but on the same level, serious, motivated, and natural person type of, and I respected Conor for that. He had it all for me, and that's what kind of made me kind of start following UFC. To be quite honest, I'll be straight up front. Very interesting, very great, very good fighter. Spoke the truth, got out there and done the job. But I suppose sometimes, a lot of the time, with success comes fame, and then some people kind of lose their track on where they started off, and just veer off somewhere else. And I felt that, unfortunately, Conor went down that route a little bit. I don't know the true reasons for it, but he certainly started to become very disrespectful. Some of the things he was saying had turned out being funny. It started off being funny to damn right, insulting. And then to top it off for me, with all the other little things that happened last year that he did that were out of character and certainly disrespectful. When the old man in the pub, for me, that was it. I was like, I changed my whole complexion about him, and certainly he'd lost my interest. And I know that, okay, I'm lowly, I'm just me, but he lost a lot. He lost a big proportion of respect and crowd base because of the things he'd started to do. Russia was another issue, when there was that footage of him being disrespectful in Russia. And Russia's the type of place where you could end up getting some really, really bad enemies from, and as big as Conor thinks he is or is, there's certain people in my books that you've got to be very, very wary of and careful you do not upset. And could clearly see when the bottle started to fly in the interview that there was a problem. But anyway, leading up to the fight, the fight against Cerrone, his conferences, his chats, his interviews were a lot more chilled out. Seemed to have a lot of respect for Donald, although it's not always been the case. I've saw him, quite disrespectful to Donald back in the day. But it seemed a little bit, to me personally, over the top niceness from someone who, had a disastrous year last year. Khabib destroyed him. Obviously, from you talking and thinking you're the best and being the best, to then lose to someone who is better than you, clearly then you've got to question how good you really are. And Conor McGregor certainly met his match last year in Khabib, and all the chit chat about he wants to fight him in Moscow and he wants to fight him again. Okay, if that's the case, why have you gone up to a different weight division? Why not stay where you are? easy for you to then, if a fight does come around the corner, because the word around the campfire is that from Dana White, that would be if Ferguson now wins because you won against Cerrone, that you would have a matchup with Khabib. Khabib's come clean straight through and told the truth and said that's bullshit, it's not going to happen. And I kind of agree. Why should he, after having one fight in the space of nearly 2 years, be, top on the list to fight Khabib? Just because he's Conor McGregor and he's got a lot of followers. No, he can't do that. So I kind of agree. But on the same level, but why would you, if your concentration level was to get revenge on Khabib, because as much as he talks about all the other people that he's fought, and what he's going to do and what he's done in the past, he hasn't really, apart from insult Khabib, he hasn't really said that too much about wanting to fight. Because I personally think he doesn't want to fight him. I don't think he does. I really don't. I think that the pressure around the situation for him to stay relevant will put him in a situation where he may have to fight Khabib again at some stage, but I'm sure to hell, if it's anything like it was last year, the fight, he's going to find himself in the same position again, because not only can Khabib's got this ground game and wrestling game that I've never seen the likes of before. Maybe, it's no babies about it. Obviously, the bear situation, wrestling a bear when you're 13, 14 years of age, has had some influence on that, but he's not just got that game. He's got, he can punch, he can kick. He's an all-rounder from what I see, from what I've seen. And realistically, Conor's not going to be able to deal with it. And it's going to probably be even worse. The animosity between him and Khabib is going to be worse the next time. So God knows what might happen. But it makes no sense to me, like I say, why you want to go up in weight, or if your main priority or prime person is the person that you lost to, and you lost a lot of respect at the same time, and you're no longer number one, are you? So again, to me, it comes down to presence. You haven't got the same respect, you haven't got the same following as you had before, and to be honest, I don't think you deserve it after what I've said about the things you've done. But is what it is. Personally, on the fight between McGregor last night and Cerrone, something wasn't right. Something to me wasn't right. Like, you haven't fought for 2 years. Took a massive defeat. You've been very disrespectful to some people. You lost a lot of your base. You lost a lot of your popularity. Lost a lot of respect. You're not doing it for the money because you're meant for life. Quite clear. You're not doing it for money at all. You've said that you're doing it for the love of fighting, and to some degree, I believe that. But what I believe more than anything is that you're doing it because you're now not the man anymore. Really, that's what I believe. I really do believe that all the little things leading up to this now and why he's back doing this and that, it's because he's not the man anymore. He's just not the man like he used to be. He's still got a massive following and probably always will have, but he's just not the man. He's not carrying the same heat. So that's personally what I think is going on. And I just think that Conor's out now to try and get his respect back. He's one of those that his life revolves around being relevant, being popular. That's what I personally think. I really do, because it just doesn't make sense. And the fight itself, if there was any truth in the conspiracy theories a few months before the fight, have all balanced out. The talk that Cerrone was going to throw the fight, because, come on, let's be honest. Cerrone's an experienced fighter who's had X amount, more fights than anyone, and done the best out of anyone, pound for pound, I wouldn't say pound for pound, but in the history of UFC, he's had the most results. And he allows someone to smash him 3 times in the face with their shoulder. Obviously, the first time benefit, obviously you don't know it's coming. The second time you're there, you could cover up, you could back off, you could throw a counter. He didn't do anything. He allowed the third one to come in, which did the damage, but he broke his nose and done some other damage, and then he shook him. Obviously, we all know McGregor's got a vicious left hand, and if he catches you connect flush with it, you're going to feel it, and it's going to knock you about. And that's exactly what happened. Then a kick went in. But in 40 seconds, I know a lot can't happen, but Cerrone did nothing. Why? That's the big question for me, is why? Why, with a man with all the respect he's got, with all the experience he's got, did he not cover up or back off, put himself in a better position, counter? Weird. Very, very weird. Very, very weird indeed. But it is what it is. On that one, on that note, I'm going to cut the video now. Any comments, please leave some comments. Give me your opinion on what you think had happened if you're a UFC fan and you watched the fight last night, because it's left me kind of thinking, wow, what happened? What is going on? And on that note, thanks for watching. Take care of yourself.